You will eventually get sick. It's unavoidable. Whether it's a common cold or a life-threatening illness, we all need the help of a doctor at some point in our lives. And health insurance is the primary way that we pay for that expense. According to the CDC, in the first 3 months of 2016, 27.3 million persons of all ages were uninsured at the time of the interview. That's 1.3 million fewer than in 2015 and 21.3 million fewer than in 2010. Now, the decrease in the amount of insured people is mostly due to the institution of the Affordable Care Act, or the Obamacare, as it's known commonly. Now, Republicans do want to repeal this law, and if they do, it's going to cause a lot of issues that a lot of Americans actually support. I'm an Obamacare recipient, so I got my health care through the marketplace, and I'm a tax professional that helps people deal with the premium tax credit and answers a bunch of their healthcare related questions. So I am familiar with the effects of the Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. So today I'd like to look at a few of the problems that repealing the Affordable Care Act would cause. Now, removing the Affordable Care Act would eliminate protections that nearly all of Americans support. Either deny your coverage or charge you exorbitantly high premiums because you are an at-risk candidate. Now, after the Affordable Care Act, they are no longer allowed to do that. They have to cover you, and they can't deny your coverage based on pre-existing conditions. It also added privileges for dependents, where they could stay on their parents' insurance until up to the age of 26. So this helped cover a bunch of people that are in college, young adults who are making a lot of money and can afford to pay for their own health insurance. So now they don't have to go without health insurance in case something happens. It also got rid of what are called donut holes. So a lot of Medicare recipients would get coverage for their prescription medication and procedures for the first like $2,000, $3,000. Then they'd have to pay out of pocket for $2,000 or $3,000 before their insurance would kick back in. They can no longer do that according to the Affordable Care Act. And they also stopped insurances from making a lifetime cap on payouts. So insurance used to, if you had a catastrophic illness or something like that, they could stop paying your health insurance after a certain amount, and then you could go bankrupt out of pocket. They're no longer allowed to do that, and they have to keep paying for your care. It also capped out-of-pocket spending. So there's a maximum amount of money that you can spend every year on your health insurance, and then after that, the insurance has to cover everything. And finally, it also forces insurance carriers to spend 80% of all of the premiums that they take in from their customers on actual health care. They can no longer devote 30-40% of the money that they're taking in to padding their bottom line, paying out dividends, and making the company more profitable. So these are things that pretty much all Americans like about the Affordable Care Act. However, they aren't as much of a fan of the things like the mandatory requirement to have it, you'll get fined on your taxes. Now, Republicans do want to repeal the Affordable Care Act, but they haven't given us a viable replacement plan. So next, let's look at the problems with the American Health Care Act, which is the Republicans' proposed replacement for the Affordable Care Act. Fortunately, without the support of House and Senate Democrats, the Republicans aren't going to be able to actually repeal the law. All they can do is make changes that will affect it budgetarily. And NBC News made a great article that helps us understand what those changes they're proposing would cause to happen. Under the new plan, the CBO estimates that the changes will leave 24 million people without insurance by 2026 who would have had it if we left the Affordable Care Act in place. That's because the new tax proposes, or the new plan proposes, instead of giving people a credit for their health insurance that's based on their income, instead they're going to give a flat tax break to people based on their age. So if you're 20 to 24, 20 to 30, you'll get $2,000 towards health insurance, whereas if you're 50 or higher, you may get $4,000. The problem with that is that benefits the wealthy much more than it benefits the poor. Because under the Obamacare, poor people are given much more than $2,000, regardless of their age. It's based on income. Whereas richer people aren't given anything. With the flat tax, it's going to give rich people great benefits, especially if they're older, and then the poor people are going to be left with less benefits, and their premiums are going to go up a lot. Now, that means that up to 30% of people that currently have insurance under Obamacare from the marketplace are going to lose their insurance. President Trump himself doesn't even really support this new plan. He's only offered lukewarm support. So what can we do to help the Affordable Care Act stay in place? The most important thing for you to do is to talk to your congressman tell them that you want to support the ACA and that you don't support repeal and replace, which a lot of Republicans plans. And another big thing is if you don't have insurance right now, it's important for you to look at the marketplace and see. You may be able to get health insurance, but it's very affordable. My personal health insurance is only $5 or $10 a month, which is very cheap. And if the more people that we get to go into the marketplace, especially healthier people that don't take as much out, then the more viable the marketplace will become. So, in conclusion, the Affordable Care Act has helped ensure millions of disadvantaged Americans and has brought support for all Americans with pre-existing conditions and long-term medical issues. Many in this nation disparage the idea of socialism, but countries with universal health care are much happier with their healthcare systems and have a healthier populace. And the ACA is not socialism, but it is a step in the right direction for making America a healthier and happier place. So thank you all for listening.